today's Salt Lake City formal meeting. We're continuing to hold our meetings remotely due to the declarations of emergency related to the pandemic and earthquake. While we hold our meetings remotely, we're happy to have you connecting with us online or by phone. We refer to today's meeting as a special limited meeting. It's an additional council meeting outside of our regular schedule. The council has only 3 business items to address today: a joint resolution, a public hearing, and 1 potential action item. No general comments will be taken due to this being a special limited formal meeting. Thank you again for joining us. Our first item is A2, which is a joint ceremonial resolution with Mayor Mendenhall declaring November as Native American Heritage Month in Salt Lake City. This is a resolution from the Council's October 20th formal agenda, which was read into the record and presented to Moroni Benali from Restoring Ancestral Winds. However, inadvertently, we overlooked taking the official vote, and therefore I would like to call for a vote on our initial intention.
Mr. Chair, we need a motion on this or just a vote? Did you have a comment?
Just a motion to adopt the resolution.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to adopt the official resolution.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Johnston and a second from Councilmember Valdemoros to adopt the resolution, joint resolution with Mayor Mendenhall declaring November as Native American Heritage Month in Salt Lake City. Is there any discussion of this item? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and proceed to a roll call vote. Councilmember Rogers.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Valdemoros.
Yes.
Councilmember Mono.
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan.
Yes.
Councilmember Fowler. I don't see.
She hasn't joined us yet.
Oh, okay.
She's
So-
not. Yeah, she's been texting with me. Thank you.
Okay, so that is and I'm a yes. That's a unanimous vote with 1 absent. We will go ahead and move on to section B of our agenda, the public hearing portion. And again, no general comment is being taken this afternoon. We recently made changes to help accommodate community members whose only option was to provide comment by phone. Council staff will be accepting public comments through both WebEx and the telephone line. Therefore, you'll be placed in the queue once you call in the order that you log into WebEx or call in for the public hearing item. And you'll be unmuted when you make your way to the front of the queue. As we continue joining electronically, we do still want to provide a space for people to feel comfortable and safe to participate. To help facilitate our comment period, please be respectful. Avoid yelling or making racial slurs, obscene or defamatory remarks. The council respects all points of view and we welcome new insights. If a caller is not respectful, you'll be given 1 warning. And if the caller continues to not meet the council's rules, we will need to mute your microphone. Robert Nutzman from our staff is helping moderate this meeting. He'll be messaging with attendees to coordinate. Please monitor the chat screen for information and/or feel free to message our staff with any questions. Again, the staff member's name is Robert Nutzman. Amanda Lau from our staff will be calling names of callers and unmuting their lines. Once we open public comment, we will list 3 names at a time so that people can have some notice in order to prepare to speak. If you do not wish to speak, please message our staff and let them know that when the host states your name, or let the host know when they state your name that you're just here to listen. When it is your turn to speak, the meeting host will unmute your line. Please state your name and the 2-minute timer will begin. At the 2-minute mark, the host will announce time and your microphone will be muted. Of course, if you're unable to complete your full comment within the available time, please feel free to mail the Salt Lake City Council office at P.O. Box 145-476, Salt Lake City, Utah 84114-5476. Or you can email us at council.comments@slcgov.com. Or you can call our 24-hour phone line at 801-535-7654. Let's begin with our scheduled public hearing item B1, which is an ordinance that would amend the final budget of Salt Lake City, including the unemployment staffing document for fiscal year 2020 to 2021. Before we begin taking comments, I will turn the time over to Ben Ludke, our council staff analyst, who will give a short introduction on this issue.
Budget amendments happen several times a year. We seem to be having them more often this year because of multiple emergencies. As an example, windstorm costs are included in budget amendment number 3. Multiple items are included in budget amendments. They fund changes to existing or new projects, programs, and city employees. That's all I have for an intro, Mr. Chair. There are multiple items if clarification was needed on a specific item.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Ben on any of the items in budget amendment or in agenda item B1? Okay, I don't see any, so we'll go ahead and open up the public comment line.
Thank you, Council Chair. I see we have one speaker joining us today, and that is Ann Charles. Ann, go ahead.
Hi, I just saw that there was on the budget amendment number 3 funding for the Racial Equity and Policing Commission, and I just wanted to vocalize my support for that. And then also just ask in the future when you have these amendments, if you could give a description of all the items that are on it so I can have a better idea of what's being put in the budget because it just says among other items. So that'd be helpful in the future. Thanks.
Thank you, Anne. Are there any other commenters?
Council, that's all the commenters we have.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
just point of privilege, if I might.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there a way we could give the caller direction how to find that information if it is already readily available? I like the idea of giving more information, obviously here if possible, but there might be another avenue that's already available.
Yes, Mr. Vice Chair, we sometimes it could be 20 or 30 items. So what we try to do in the agenda language is list the ones that are the larger ones or that may have the most interest. But the council packet that is available online on the council's webpage and also is sent out to those people who have asked to receive our agendas. There would be a link in those agendas that would take the caller right to that. So we can easily send that to the caller, and we can work with her to get her signed up so that she would receive those directly in the future. Anybody that wants to can be signed up to get those directly in the future, and it has the complete list. It's also posted on the state website as required by the state law.
Excellent. So if the caller's still available, maybe she could give us her information if she's interested in reading it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Ben just put in the chat function, so if she's still here, she'll see that link. And if Amanda does have her access to her phone number or her email or anything, we'll follow up and get that to her.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so I'm assuming that, Amanda, we still don't have any commenters.
That's right, Council. Oh, sorry, just as I was speaking, I saw someone join us.
Okay,
We have Margaret Hustetter.
okay.
Go ahead, Margaret.
Sorry, I just joined the meeting.
That's okay. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead and start your comments.
She just left the meeting, Council Chair.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Does somebody want to contact her and see if she meant to do that, or there's a...
She may have just wanted to listen. That was the impression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you scared her, Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry. I'll be less frightening next time.
Council Chair,
Yes.
just as a piece of information, when Ms. Hofstetter registered, she did register to speak regarding the budget amendment. However, she has not re-entered the meeting yet.
Okay. Do we have a contact information to try and reach out to her really quick, or if not, we can
In
just move
fact,
on.
Council Chair, she just re-entered the meeting as
Ah.
you were speaking.
Great.
So Amanda, you'll call on her, is that correct?
Oh, yes, it seems her mic is not working. So we can try to troubleshoot with Margaret.
Okay, she's our last caller, and I don't think we have any other business items.
Mhm.
So maybe you could text with her and see if there's anything we can help her with after the meeting,
Okay.
Amanda.
We do have one other item of business, which is a motion to ratify the determination that council will continue to meet remotely without an anchor location pursuant to House Bill 5002. So why don't we keep the hearing open for a minute, and I'll entertain a motion on that item. That would just be a motion to continue meeting without an anchor location pursuant to HB 5002.
Mr. Chair, I move that the council ratify the determination to meet remotely without an anchor location under HB 5002.
Second.
Was that right?
Yes, thank you. I have a motion from Councilmember Mono, a second from Councilmember Johnston. Is there any discussion to this motion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and roll call it. Councilmember Rogers.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnston.
Yes, and I'll Councilmember Dugan a second at some point in the future.
Oh, sorry. Councilmember Voldemoros.
Yes.
Councilmember Mono.
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan.
Yes.
Is Councilmember Fowler with us yet? Okay, so I'm a yes. So that passes unanimously with one council member absent. Okay, that does conclude all of our business except for closing the public hearing on the budget amendment. So, Amanda, have we been able to work something out with the commenter?
Yeah, we have Margaret. She's
Oh,
back
great.
and her mic's connected. Margaret, if you can go ahead, your mic's unmuted. Margaret Hustetter. Oh no.
Ooh,
Council Chair, we can also try giving her a call just to see if she wanted to speak.
let's try that.
It seems she just left, so we can try giving her a quick call if that's okay.
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 Council members,
Yes.
if I could just mention, we could use your guidance on things like this because we want to do everything possible to hear people's comments, but occasionally the technical issues are insurmountable. or so we need guidance on that, not right now, but that'll be our next round of questions we ask you. And then also, sometimes you'll be finished with the hearing, you'll be about to do the motion to close it, and then another caller will come in. We understand then you would take the call. But once in a while you have, even after you've closed the hearing, there's been confusion. Do we go back and take more calls or not? Typically, that wouldn't happen in person. And so we'll need your guidance on how you want us to handle it in the future when we're having the remote meetings. So we're viewing this as sort of an evolutionary process where we'll keep trying to improve the meetings as we go and get clarity from you about how to handle things.
Yes.
Okay.
Ditto what Cindy said. I've always just tried to give people the benefit of the doubt to give comments, but if we want to take a different, we want to set forth a protocol for that, I'm totally open to it.
In this case, it works fine because you don't have anything following it, but sometimes if we have another hearing following it, the people in that hearing get upset if we're waiting.
Right.
So there are all these funny little ways that we can accidentally upset people.
Mhm.
Amanda and Bobby, have you had any luck? Okay, we have a response from Amanda. She's speaking with Margaret, and Margaret does not have a comment to give us tonight.
Okay. Well, I am glad that we made sure of
Right.
it.
She just wanted to listen.
Okay, great. So council members, that concludes our comments. Would anyone like to make a motion on this item?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that we approve Budget Amendment 3 for fiscal year 2020 to 2021
And close the public hearing, right?
and close the public hearing.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion from Councilmember Dugan, a second from Councilmember Johnston. Is there any discussion to this item? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and roll call it. Councilmember Rogers.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnston.
Yes.
Councilmember Valdemoros.
Yes.
Councilmember Mono.
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan.
Yes.
And it looks like I still don't see Councilmember Fowler. I am a yes. That passes unanimously with one absence. We do not have any, section C of our agenda, we do not have any potential action items. We already addressed the issue under section E, new business. We have no unfinished business or consent items. So this concludes our limited formal meeting for this afternoon, and we will stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See ya.